Okay, this is an explanation of the new Bowser's Castle stair clip. Hopefully this will be interesting maybe to some people and will help you be able to know what you're doing better and do the clip better. So to start, this is the corner that you clip through here of the stairs. This is just like coming down from here is where the bridge is. We go over the lava and then you turn this way and go down the stairs, just in case you can't tell what this is. So yeah, like here's the top step. And then the bottom step is just here. So in order to discuss the clip, we have to look at how the walls work, and I'm not going to go over the walls. If you want to know that, watch the Bismuth video to see how walls work, but if you're on the top level, so specifically we'll just look at this here. These are the walls that are in question. It's just the two gray walls, and they go all the way out, and the gray area is the hitbox of the wall. So if you're inside that, you'll be pushed back in. And as you can see, there's this open corner back here. And this is just the classic open corner, like on Mario Raceway, for example. And you could clip through here if you could start out here outside the hitbox one frame, then be here the next frame. That would work as a clip. The problem is that each of these, the front section is 5.5 units thick. And so is this, that's also 5.5. So this diagonal here is like 7.7, 7.8 units. And in order to cross that much in one frame, you have to be going at like 93, 94 kilometers per hour, which is just too fast for time trials. That's why you can't clip through right corners in time trials. Although you can in 150 with a star, like on some other corners of Bowser's Castle, it's been done. This hasn't been done here because I think it's not possible, or if it is, it's very difficult to get the right speed and angle coming off the bridge. But theoretically, it could be done. And similarly, if we look at the lower level, we have the same thing. Here are the walls for the bottom level. This time, the gray wall on the side stops right here because the wall does not continue behind the steps, which is an important part of why this works. And then we also have the wall of the step itself. So putting everything together, these are all the walls in question. And the way the clip works is you go from, so on the bottom level, these are the walls, and you want to clip out this open corner right here on the bottom level. But the problem is, same as the upper level, if you wanted to clip just like this, you'd have to go 7.7 units in a frame, which as I just said is too much. You can't do that. So you need to find another way to be closer to the corner, and that's why you use the upper level. So as you can see, if you're on the lower level, the closest you can get to this corner is 7.7 units away. But if you're on the upper level, the closest you can get to the corner is right here, which is only 5.5 units away because you can be straight along the wall. You don't have to be to the side because you're above the stairs, the side of the stairs wall. So in this case, you would have enough speed to clip. The problem is that the open corner doesn't exist here on the upper level. The open corner is only on the lower level. So that's why you have to drop down off the side of the steps. So you basically do this move here while also switching from the upper level to the lower level. So on the start of this arrow, the start of the frame, you are on the upper level where these are their only walls, so you're not pushed by the side of the step. And then you're close enough to this corner that you're less than 5 or less than 6 units away, really, like 5.5, so you can get that speed in time trials. And then in the next frame, you drop down to the lower level where the walls look like this. And now on the lower level, there is this open corner that you can get out of. And because you switch from high to low, you avoid this wall hitbox here. So comparing this to Mario Raceway, it is pretty similar in that it's an open corner. The main difference is that this one requires basically proper positioning and spacing in 3 dimensions instead of just 2, so it's harder in that way. It also requires a frame-perfect jump because, as I said, you need to be switching from above the step here to below the top step on the same frame you clip out this corner. So that requires a jump to be framed perfectly in like the middle of this red area. You gotta jump so that you're like hitting the corner of the step right as you reach the corner. And when I say passing from above this top step to below it, that means your character's head, really, because it's the position of the character, if you're sitting on flat ground, you're about like 5.5 units above the ground level. So like if you watch the video of the task clipping through, it looks like you're below the ground here, but you're actually not. The frame before the clip, you're still above the step. So that's just something to keep in mind. You want to be a bit lower than it might look. Other things to add. It doesn't matter how much speed you have going this way, like up the staircase, as long as you have speed toward this wall, like the arrow is pointing. It doesn't matter how much, you just need to pass over this purple wall on the frame. Same with this vertical speed. Doesn't matter how much you have, you just need to be above the step on the frame before, then below it on the frame after. The only direction where speed matters is this direction here, where you have to skip over this gray wall, which is at least 5.5 units thick. So that's really the lower bound on the speed. You need at least 5.5 units per frame, which is 66 kilometers per hour. So it's less than Mario Raceway. In order for doing it, I don't think you can get that speed without a mini turbo if you're just trying to drive straight there. You can get that much speed driving straight, but I think because you're turning off the bridge and trying to like hop around the corner, you will not be able to get enough speed without a mini turbo. So you need to either mini turbo coming out of that hallway and then hop around the corner, or just use a mushroom to get enough speed. That easily works. Yeah, you can do the clip here without jumping. You can just drive off the edge and turn around instead of hopping from further back. That might seem easier because you don't have to time a jump, but it seems like if you don't jump, you will not make it to the road on the other side. You'll just fall in the lava. So you do need to jump. And some things to note, if you get to tumble on this wall, like sometimes you hit a wall and you tumble, that means you did have good spacing. So that means you were, let's say, here one frame and then here the next. You skipped over the front part of the hitbox. That's what causes the tumble. So if you see that, that means you did have good spacing for that direction. But you had either the height wrong or you didn't pass over this the step wall. So the tumble is good in this case. I can't think if there's anything else to add. This probably saves somewhere from 3 to 4 seconds, I'd guess, if done perfectly, although yes, slowing down to set it up might be possible, but it seems unlikely because it takes probably about a second to stop, as well as like 2 seconds to charge up your turn for a consistent setup. And at that point, it doesn't really seem likely to be able to beat the non-shortcut time if you stop to set it up, especially if you actually have to like hop around a bit to line up if you don't stop in the perfect spot, which you're not going to. So it seems like you pretty much just gotta YOLO it and hope it goes through, I guess. Not sure if there's anything else. I think that's it. Oh yeah, one more thing. Just as another thing to see, this is a side view of the wall. So here's the gray wall. And what you can see is the entire extent of the wall. I mean, obviously it goes out off the sides, but behind these steps there is no wall, and that's why the shortcut works, as I mentioned. If you look at the floor, wall, and floor here, these are the hitboxes for them. And as you can see, the reason why you can't clip through the wall at any point is because you can't get close to the edge of this wall, because the purple right here is the edge of this gray wall. Like, that's the boundary of it. The only place where you can get close to the boundary is at this corner of the step, because there's this opening at the top. So that's why you need to kind of fall down into the step area like that, so you can get close to this corner. And then you have enough speed to pass straight through the gray wall. So you don't have to pass through the gray wall and the floor. And that's why this works. Well, yeah, that's about it, I think. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them, and good luck hitting this.